Welcome, welcome. We're working on this home decor piece with the clothes hanger and all the elements that hang from it. But I thought I would dive into covering the little thing here at the bottom. Like I said, I haven't done this before, but I just want it very simple and more primitive looking, like the elements themselves. So I decided to do it a very simple way. So stay with me and we'll see how this gets done. I cut a piece of batting just big enough to wrap around and leave a little bit that I can whip stitch. And that's basically what I'm going to try to do here and get this on here. I have some variegated thread here that I'm going to do that with. I'm going to use all 6 strands and a big needle, and just whip it on here. I'm thinking that also, so it doesn't twist and turn. Let's see, how do I want it to go? You know, I think it's going to be fine if I just do it as tight as I can. I was thinking that I might glue it, but then I couldn't turn it or adjust it at any point if I did that. So I think I'm just going to try to tack it as tight as I can, and that way give it a chance to, you know, I could move it if I wanted to. I'm going from the inside out just to hide that knot. I'm going to turn this where I can get to it easier. Let me move my computer down a little bit. Okay, give me some room here to twist this around. Okay, so I'm inside now. Going to make a couple of double stitches down on this end just to make sure that I get it anchored tight on this end. Okay. Going to go from the back side through because I think it would be easier for me to sew that way. Put another one down here at the end. Okay. Now we want to center that and keep it centered. And then we just want to whip stitch close to the piece. You see how it pulling together and staying close to the piece of cardboard. Okay. A little bit awkward, but you know, it's workable. And there may be 100 different ways and better ways to do this, but this is going to be how I do it, and if it looks doable for you, well, have at it. I just want to cover this so it just doesn't look so bare, and give a little, you know, just a little more textile interest to the piece. A little batting here doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't have to be batting. You could use just fabric, anything you know you wanted to use, scraps. I will be now up the sides. I'm thinking about, you know, I'm not running batting or anything like that up the sides. I'm thinking that I can take some torn scarves and wrap and let them dangle, and that would be a good look for that too. We'll see about that when I get there. That'd probably be one of the last things I do. It's looking good, isn't it? Okay, let's go. Keep going. Have you jumped in and started yours yet? This is a fun project, and it is something you just work on a little along your little pieces and everything that you're constructing. You don't have to sit down and do it in a day. Remember, slow living slow. Slow living, sometimes they always say when you read about it that it doesn't mean you do things slow, but I disagree. Slow living, to me, there's a lot of things I want to slow down when I do and just do slow. But all kidding aside, just, when you're crafting, don't put yourself under pressure. So many people do that. They got to get it done. They got to get it done. They got to get it done. It's just like, why? Maybe I'm too far the other direction. I don't know. But I get a lot of stuff done. But I don't live under that pressure. Years ago I used to. I was a wife, a mother. I had a full-time business job, and I just, it was always rushing to the next thing. But let me tell you, that'll make you old before your time. And it's just a shame that it seems like we have to get older in life before we realize that that's not the best way to live. And but it's the way the system we live in is geared, isn't it? Okay, how about that? That's looking good. Don't you think that looks good? It's tight too. It's not going anywhere. Bits and pieces of batting come in so handy in all kinds of situations. Just nice to have it on hand because you're always or at least I am always grabbing it for something, and that I never would have dreamed up in advance, but something's always popping up where that's just the perfect thing I need. So always keep batting on hand, even though I'm not quilting. Almost to the end. I like this variegated thread, gave it a little interest to changing color across the line. Must have cut it, the batting, just a little bit crooked because it's a little wider down here than it was on the other end. Whoppy doodled. Okay. A couple more stitches and we'll be at the end of this. One more. Okay. Now I need to do me a little knot on this end to secure this. Let's see if I can do that. Yes, it did very neatly. Put that in my thread thing. Okay. All right, what do you think? Put that in there. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. How do I want to? It's so tight it doesn't turn easy, but I'm going to turn it a little bit, turn it down, I think. Okay, I like that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, wow. Simple. All right, now I'm going to get my two pieces that I've got done and tie on there, and I'll be back. Well, we're going to look at the last two strings, or whatever we want to call them here, these drops off this hanger. These I'm doing with a braided trim, like upholstery trim back here on the back, and I'm just turning it over because I will turn it over, put it on the hanger, and hand sew it on. I had some quilted just leaf and circles. I thought, well, why don't I use them here? And that's what I'm going to do on this smaller one. I'm going to attach these leaves and circles, okay? Then on the bigger piece of trim here, I had some of these fabric clusters, and so I will be attaching those on that one. These will make 4 and 5. I have 3 that are hanging on the already. This will make 4 and 5. I'll get these made, and then we'll put them on the hanger, and we'll see what they look like. All right? Okay, stay with me. Okay, I have basically finished mine. I have 5 tiers coming down, and with different elements on them. I covered my hanger with scarves. I just wrapped it around, tied it. Then I cut smaller pieces of the scarves, and I filled in by just tying them along the top to fill in a little bit on that. Okay, and to cover most of that hanger. Look, I think it looks very pretty. I like it. I'm going to keep it here. I have this long cord that's very unsightly. My husband's going to tack it to the wall so that it lays flat for me, so my art piece will lay flat against it. But it will help detract from this cord going up the wall like that, okay? And also I can get it hung a little straighter if that cord isn't pushing it out. But anyway, I wanted to give you an idea of what it might look like hung after you've finished all your elements. So remember that I used a shoestring, I used some braiding, I used some just scarf material, and I just attached these different elements on. Now some of them I attached by making a little channel on the back that you could run your stuff through. These are basically just sewn on, okay? And so it's just however you want to attach it is perfectly fine. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are 23 elements on mine with 5 hanging ropes there, and then the scarves all along the top. Okay, a simple home decor piece we can make out of scraps, any kind of scraps, and using those things up and make something beautiful to hang, especially if you've got a long skinny wall, like I've got this long skinny piece here between these 2 windows, and wanting to detract from a cord that I hope that gets tacked to the wall soon. And because it's pushing that out on one side, which distorts it some. But anyway, I wanted to show it to you hung on the wall so you'll know what it might look like. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this project, and you definitely will make one of your own. It's a great way to use up scraps and have some just little hand project to do while you're sitting comfortably in a chair, visiting with somebody, or watching your favorite YouTube channel, which of course has got to be Icky Chic Designs. So until then, please stay scrap happy.